You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we have got a lot to talk about this week, actually.
Do we?
Yeah, there's quite a bit going on. Well, I was actually kind of surprised because I was kind of like, oh, it was slow. But I was like, well, no, but there's this, and then there's this. I guess there's this, and then there's the... like, oh, God, this is going to be a long-ass episode, isn't it? But it was always going to be a long-ass
You got
episode.
that right.
So at least this time we have something to talk about.
Yeah, for real.
Let's start and be low and sad, because that's how we... if you're going to do it, don't bring it down at the end. Start low and then build yourself back up. So let's talk about the passing of Betty White just prior to her 100th birthday.
That's right, yes.
Heartbreaker. She's just one of...
Everybody loved Betty White.
That was the thing. Like, everybody... It's like vaccines, nobody can agree on. Elections,
nobody can agree on
politics. Nobody could agree on absolutely anything. And it was like, I've got a good comment that I got on my personal YouTube channel that really shows that. But like literally anything nobody could agree on. Then Betty White dying before the age of 100, it was like, no.
Well, just dying in general.
But like they were just like, but everybody was so excited for her 100th birthday, and it was like, oh, Todd's...
It was going to be a huge
distracted
party
by my dog.
I didn't see her. She was there barking at me before.
They're actually still doing that 100th birthday episode, but now it's going to be more of a tribute.
More of a
kind
death
of show.
Comedy jam kind of a thing now.
A death comedy jam?
Yeah, exactly.
But all the same people are coming out. Like
the oldest, blackest comedians.
Yeah, Hamburger's coming out.
Yeah, like just gonna kill it.
This old white bitch walking around with a booty like doo-doo-doo-doo. Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Which, by the way, if you didn't know Hamburger, that is what he does. And not to be...
exactly what it was.
Not to be confused with Neil Hamburger, who was a different comedian doing a different thing. But... Hamburger. Oh my God. He sometimes wouldn't even tell jokes.
Like a hamburger, and it was all hamburger related jokes.
I don't recall him dressing up like a hamburger. Maybe that's happened, but I didn't see that. But
that would be cool.
Legitimately, though, I would see him. I gotta bring this closer. This is my notes. Yeah, legitimately, I would see him, and he would just be telling a story, and he would just like he's got Tourette's, but only for the word hamburger. And he'd be like, so I'm going down the store the other day, hamburger. And I just said, I see this bitch, and she goes, hey, bitch, are you shopping too much, hamburger? And I'm just like, what is happening? And then he would really lay down like the mayor saying shit in The Wire. Like he knows when to really lay it on thick. So he'd be like, hamburger, and it was like, wow. It's the Apollo. Everybody's fucking
sweet
mule kicking, and like
fucking right.
Love them so much that I would give my right arm to just like I don't even deserve to be in the audience. I just want to be off in the corner just to watch the audience.
Maybe you can clean the toilets after the venue is done. If
I'm lucky. But like all I want to do, I just want to like literally sit off to the side. I don't even want to hear the comedians. I just want to watch the crowd. It's like that's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
All about. But yeah, super sad that she is gone. My wife watched like some of the early episodes of Golden Girls over the last couple days, and just that whole like, oh, they're all dead now kind of thing. It was like she was the holdout.
Thank you for being a friend.
I know, so bad. And then from one hit sitcom death to another, Bob Saget just passed away.
Oh, that's what I just saw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so these obviously pre-tape a little bit, so I mean, this isn't like super duper news anymore when you're listening to this. But yeah, that was really sad. And I was really happy. The first thing they kind of confirmed.
COVID related?
No, because that's not a word. Oh. But no, but it wasn't that either. He had just performed like the day before. And he had literally talked about how good he was feeling and stuff like that. Almost like he's like, if I'm dead tomorrow, it's because I was murdered. But like, no, he was just talking about like he's feeling
so good today.
He's just talking about
there's no way I could end up dead tomorrow.
People can't see this on the thing, but I actually provided you with a drink thing, and then you put your
look at that. I didn't even notice.
And then you put your can so like ridiculously out of reach for you.
I didn't even. Well, look at that.
There you go. I know, right? That's the
Isn't that
future.
cute?
You still can't see it on screen, but
That
it doesn't
is
matter.
so wonderful.
And if
it
you
actually happened, I didn't just fake it.
that's
He's like, I ordered these cup holders. They're not in. So sometime I'm going to mention the cup holder. You pretend like it's fucking there.
I'm going to CG it in.
It's in my notes. It says right now, you put your drink in your fucking cup holder.
For fuck's sakes, man. And I get into really weird accents when I'm being bossy.
It's almost like speaking in tongues when there's, the devil's around.
That's me. I'm the devil. Mm-hmm. I'm that guy from Batman Begins where he's like, "You're in hell, and I'm the devil."
and I'm like, what is he like?
No, and then he goes,
"You're doomed." He's like the "you're doomed" guy.
And there it's the guy when like Batman has like put himself in like an Asian prison, and he goes, "You're not the devil. You're practice." And then he like kicks his ass.
He kicks his ass.
Well, not really. This is before he's got Batman. So like Ra's al Ghul has not taken this guy on yet. But yeah, that was really sad, and like just to see the things, because I mean he was in his 60s. Like this was kind
69?
of the thing.
Is that what it said he was?
No, I think he was 65.
Yeah.
But which still he didn't even look that.
No,
like
not even close.
he looked so
he did
good.
age actually pretty well.
And I was just
was he in California the whole time?
Well, he was in Orlando. He died in Orlando.
Florida.
But yeah, I like the first thing that came out though is I guess they did like the original talk screens and stuff like that, and they're like it wasn't drugs or anything, and everybody's kind of like, phew, all right, good.
Thank God.
But yeah, so that was that. And
oh my God, his funeral's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, it absolutely will be. It absolutely. A comedian.
All the people in the audience just like
the only crowd better than the Apollo is a crowd at a comedian's funeral.
Yeah.
Is because like literally, like I'm willing to bet there are comics out there who are like, oh, I can't wait till this fucking guy dies. I've got a solid 10 minutes about this guy being dead.
Gonna be like a roast
and it's just absolutely
his own funeral, right?
Absolutely, it must be the most cathartic thing in the world to like for a funeral to be funny.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
Oh.
Like, oh god, because then you just remember, like, you're not sad that they're gone anymore. You're just happy that you have them.
Celebration of life, not
precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. And it's just like, and it's like I was at a funeral recently, and it was just like it was my wife's grandmother who was 96 when she passed, and
not a bad age.
It's kind of an awkward funeral to be at because you're all just kind of there, and you're like, well, we were all expecting this at some point, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, it's not like she fucking tried to jump the canyon in her Harley or something like that.
Oh my God!
Her Harley was in the shop. She couldn't do it.
Damn.
And
that's why all those cars end up in the canal.
Yeah, and then
trying to jump it.
And because of her some previous behavior issues, she didn't get any sponsors. Red Bull wouldn't touch her. But that's bullshit.
Also,
Red Bull,
the Red Bull like geriatric division.
Red Bull will sponsor anything if they think you might die during it.
I thought that shit was super cool when they came to Niagara Falls. They need to totally do it again. There's nobody out there. There's a curfew. Where they turn the whole street into like a big ice.
Oh, yeah.
Doom ring of hell.
It looks like it's something that should be like, it's like the precursor to like the Running Man. It's like the show
the Frozen Running Man.
Yeah.
Like if they did the Running Man not in. Yeah, the Sliding Man. Exactly. If they have,
Yeah.
In a frozen apocalypse wasteland, that's going to be their death matches.
Yeah, no,
or like
absolutely.
rollerball.
Yeah.
Only on skates, which are way deadlier.
Yeah, so like skater ball.
Yeah, skater boy.
He's just a skater boy. She said to you later, boy. You know, you get songs.
I still see Avril now, and I'm just like, oh my God.
It's funny
now
because
she's on Buddy's label, drummer dude from Blink 182.
That makes sense.
He has his own like rock and roll label, and he's got Avril.
It's so funny because I see her like she's on TikTok, and then she's like her doing stuff to her old thing. The one that makes me like the most weirded out is Alicia Silverstone does a bunch of like Clueless stuff. No. It's just kind of in the same milieu of retro, of like nostalgia.
Like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, but she comes out like she did. One of her first TikToks was her dressed in the full Cher outfit from Clueless and like recreating like a scene from it. And I'm like, I don't know that we need this.
What?
It's fine, but like I don't know, it's weird. It's
How many viewers does she have?
I
Why
don't
do you
know.
feel like it's somebody like reliving their past like glories or something?
No, but I don't
like-
even think it's her reliving it for her. It's like her reliving it for us, and I'm just kind of like,
I don't
did
need
we
you to
ask for
relive
this? Or
Nobody
like,
asks for anything until you got it.
that's true. That was like that concert you went to, that One Hit Wonder concert or whatever.
I didn't. I was gonna go.
Oh, you were going to go to that.
It's gonna be
one.
like the most amazing concert in the history.
So
of
who
time.
all was there? Aqua was there.
It was Aqua, Jenny from Ace of Base,
Just check.
Hadaway,
What is love?
Prozac.
Oh fuck.
There's more. Not Two Live Crew.
No, I
But
don't
some
think
of them in there had, like Hadaway has like 3 to 4 killer fucking
Really?
tracks that were on like Much Dance Tunes 93
Yeah.
to like
Now that's what I
96.
call music. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I'm trying. Whatever. It was like all those.
That's my-
There's something I'm missing. Another big one.
Yeah. This is why you need to get on TikTok, because there's a lot of those things. They have a lot of like the don't react to this, like 90s edition. And then it's like all the like, hey,
Right.
if I'm Biff Cotton Joe, I'm him. It's like all those.
The real songs.
Yeah.
I like all this bullshit that's out now. All this trash.
Trash.
Straight trash.
Trash. The weekend. We got weekdays we got to fill.
Yeah, like, come on, right? Every day's not the weekend. I'm not rich.
Goddamn Canadian.
You know, I don't walk around with bandages all over my face.
I do, but
know.
because I just took mine off very recently. I had sliced my head so goddamn badly.
I didn't marry Stephen Baldwin. You know, I just live my life.
I don't think that anybody married Stephen Baldwin. Like I think
Justin
that's just a
Bieber married
rule.
his daughter.
Yeah. Speaking of Baldwin,
Also Canadian.
I was at work yesterday.
Shooting a gun off?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, so
No, the movie Backdraft 2 was on.
oh my God.
And I'm watching this thing, and I'm
Return
like,
of the Draft?
yeah, it was Revenge of the Draft.
Revenge of the
But
Draft.
he's back. He's back. He was voiced by Ian McShane. He comes in, oh, I'm back. Yeah. But no, but I was watching it, and it just looked like a procedural TV show, but it had the big Universal thing at the beginning. So I'm like, what the hell is this? It's about fire. I'm like, what is this? Like a Backdraft ripoff or something? And then I looked and it was Backdraft 2.
Backdraft 2,
So the guy
so
who
yes.
starred in it was actually playing Kurt Russell's son from the first movie. He's now a fire
He
detective.
followed in his dad's footsteps.
He more followed in William Baldwin's footsteps because he's in that like investigative group, and William Baldwin is in it as like a
fuck
fire
yeah.
chief, and Donald Sutherland was also in it still, but now he's like, I don't know if he was. I don't know what he was in. Well, because now he was in a wheelchair and he looked like more like he was in an old folks' home than in jail.
That's where they filmed it.
Probably most of it was filmed there. It was cheaper.
Most old folks' homes now have a green screen room.
Yeah,
Or
that's
such things.
That's why the firehouse just had random people with like hard candies walking in the background, and they're like, "What? That is dumb." And they CG'd them to look like a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
But I was blown away. I was like, "Oh my god, this is
blown away."
And literally the end of the movie, spoiler alert, but the end of the movie is like the exact same end of the first movie, which is him at the end just saluting to somebody who died and then looking over
Way to
and
go,
seeing like
bud.
the family.
Way
I'm
to
just
fucking ruin Backdraft 2 for everyone.
yeah. So there's
I
that.
was like, I was just about to watch that.
Damn
Way
it.
to go.
God damn it! I had that.
Come on.
What did I just do that for?
I just saw
We posted.
Night of the Demons.
Oh,
Tubi. Everybody watch Tubi. Tubi's the best. Fuck Netflix. Fuck Disney. Fuck Amazon. Tubi is the best. Anyway, so I just watched it, but I thought it was the old Night of the Demons, but it was the new Night of the Demons, 2009.
Oh.
Starring Shannon Elizabeth
nice.
and
She shows up in a good horror movie, folks.
I can't. It's oh my god, his name is Edward Furlong.
Eddie, he's back. Gotta give. I give a lot of love to Shannon Elizabeth in a horror movie. She did Jack Frost, which we covered, and
I've gone past Jack Frost 2 so many times, and I'm like, should I?
We're gonna do it
I'm
for
like,
this.
oh.
We'll do it for this, and we'll see if we can get Michael Cooney back because I think he'll come and talk to us.
And the other day I watched Baby Oopsie, which was amazing. Just a haunted doll tale from Full Moon. Gorgeous. Baby Oopsie. Making Poopsie. But there should have been more jokes like that, actually. I think that would have really flown. That could literally be like the tagline for Baby Oopsie 2. I can tell by that glittery look in your eye as blood fills in and it starts to drain that you're really on board with us.
I died a little. Oh, my God. All right, well.
She should have taken a big acid shit in someone's face. That's what should have happened. Oopsie. And then they're like, oh,
so it's basically just the Garbage Pail Kids movie at that point.
No, but only rated R.
Only rated. Was that one not?
No.
I felt like every movie in the States was rated R when we were kids.
God,
it was like absolutely
what a
everything.
Fucking movie.
Good Lord. So I wanted to talk about since our last recording of one of these episodes, the Book of Boba Fett has come out.
Oh yeah,
and
I have not watched it.
Oh,
not even one episode.
We're 3 episodes deep now. It's a lot of fun so far.
I can do 3.
Yeah,
3's cool. I was waiting for multiple, so I didn't have to be like, ugh. Like after the first one,
You've been spoiled. You've been spoiled
moment.
by the binge watch, man. I love anticipating what's next. It's like what you got to do is you need to just spread out.
Well, it'd be like if it was back in the day when you'd watch it on TV.
Precisely.
I'd have to wait till next week.
Yes, precisely.
Or whatever.
So I like that.
Or like the mid, like fucking Lost's mid, whatever.
See, I've never ever felt good binging something. I watch like 4 episodes in a row of something, and then like by the time I'm done the 4th episode, I'm not thinking about how much I'm enjoying the show anymore. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, go do something with my life.
Way.
Jesus Christ. I was
was
supposed to do laundry today or like something like that. Laundry. No, I love the idea.
It all works out in the wash, bud. Even if you don't do it.
Fair enough.
You can just say that.
I love the idea though, or it's not an idea, was the standard for 60 years.
Life.
But I like just the concept of it happened. And now you get to digest that for a little while and go, what does this mean? And like what? And then you actually get excited about the next episode rather than just okay next. And then
you binge it and then you watch it over and over because you fell asleep during parts.
Yeah, see that's
you're binging.
That's not.
I don't fall asleep during anything.
No, I know, but I know you don't have that problem.
People do. I've seen it,
but it's been really cool so far. I had somebody. I was talking to, and they were like, I don't understand. They're like, he died in the Sarlacc pit and blah, blah, blah. And they're just like saying,
they're going to show how he didn't.
And I'm like, of course they're going to show how he didn't. And that was like before it ever came out. I'm like, what, you think they're just going to like go, oh, no, never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or
like,
that would be the end of him. The show would lead up to.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, and then he hits him,
Yeah.
and the slide whistle goes, and then he goes flying into the thing. And
that would have been the funnier. That would have been the way funnier version. He climbs out, but he's all slimy from the stuff inside, and then he just keeps slipping and falling back in. The first whole episode is him just constantly doing that till he finally realizes, oh, if I get enough sand on myself, I won't be slippery anymore.
No, it should have been like he's climbing out, and then like somebody else like their helmet flies off, and then bonk, and then he's and then he falls back in, and
I think you're gonna get a kick out of this one though. It's a lot of fun.
Is it as good as The Mandalorian?
I like The Mandalorian better.
I think so.
But this one, like, I'm enjoying this one very much. Like, it's giving me something.
It's hard to go after The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to follow that one up.
The Mandalorian has the advantage of utilizing a lot of this, like, they're utilizing a lot of like Star Wars fans' wish list,
right?
Whereas like Boba Fett has rules because he existed prior, right?
So they can't do so much.
Yeah,
they can't get crazy with them.
Yeah, so they're also now be like a lot of.
Have you seen Jabba the Hutt?
No, because Jabba's dead. Like, remember, this play takes place after like he's been thrown in the Sarlacc pit. Jabba dies the same day, right? So, but
they never got to say goodbye.
But you'll see 2 huts. That's a guarantee.
That's what I was saying. Okay, so maybe we'll see more huts.
You'll see some huts.
Planet Hut.
Yeah, no, there's a Nal Hutta so far. Not there. Although I haven't actually watched the 3rd episode. This is it is Wednesday.
I want to see these things make love.
Yeah, I think they just tangle together and just go.
They're like big slugs.
Yeah,
there's slug wangs coming out.
Yes. Do they have a cloaca?
Ooh, yes.
These are all questions.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Book of the Hutts. Well, that's the next spin-off.
It's also like kind of an intergalactic Kama Sutra.
Nice. Wouldn't that be amazing if all of this, it just becomes an inception of spin-offs where you spin off this spin-off, then spin off that spin-off, and just all the way down. And then at the end, it just snaps all the way back to the Mandalorian.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, so that was all that.
Amazing.
So, and he wakes up, and then he takes off his helmet, and it was Bob Newhart all along.
Of course. Who else would it be?
I know. I would love a nervous
The guy's
Bob.
like, nah, is his helmet on more than it is off, or no? I feel like his helmet's off the entire time.
Not off the entire time, but off way more often than on.
Because he knows. It's like, everybody's already seen me. I'm a million people.
A lot of flashback in it, though, worth knowing, and so he doesn't even have his helmet at that point.
Right.
So, like, yeah, there's a lot to discover. It's very different than The Mandalorian.
Good, it should be.
Been very enjoyable.
It should be. It would be weird if it was the same fucking thing.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
the only thing that's the same is it has the same credit style because it's the same. It's all the same people making.
Oh, that's
the show.
cool. It looks the same.
So it's
like
where they show all those like concept drawings during the
I
credits.
dig that. I like that.
Same guy doing the score too, is doing a fantastic job with the score.
I think he's just doing. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But you'll be really happy to know this. Because you had a theory about Bill Murray in Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, that's right.
He has confirmed he's playing the villain. And your theory was that he is Kang.
Yes.
We're closer to proving that, because if he's on the bad side, the odds are more in your favor than if he said, "Hey, I'm a good guy in this one."
Fucking A.
So we got that going. There's not much more.
Oh my
news.
God! Imagine that was the fucking truth, man.
Yeah, who knows? I know
we
he's
broke it here first.
Yes. Oh, I'll totally hunt that down.
Oh my God! Fucking A, we did, because
Yeah.
I'm on this. People fucking. I got my ear to the rail, man.
Yeah.
And
Literally.
by rail, I mean like doorways in hotels with a glass.
Yeah.
You know.
No, he doesn't know how to. He just does cocaine wrong.
Oh damn!
He's just always.
I'm like, what am I
swiping
paying
his
for?
ear.
Nothing here. I don't even feel anything. It's all over the floor. What the fuck?
Good God.
The dog's losing it.
HBO just released their this was the most streamed movie of the year thing
Batman
for
versus Superman.
2021. Oh, you mean Justice League?
No.
No, you mean Batman? No,
So
actually,
like the year 2021 number one stream, Batman versus Superman.
Martha. No, it wasn't a DC movie at all. Actually, it was Mortal Kombat.
No way.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat beat all. It smoked the DC movies.
It was better.
probably because it was less than 4 hours long, and that's
And it
very
was pretty,
appealing.
I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like was there wasn't a tournament.
That always
That
bothers
pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck? I was
The
like,
whole
all of a
point.
sudden the movie's over and I was like, oh, there's no tournament. I was like, what the shit? Like, I thought that's what they were getting ready for.
The only thing I would accept in lieu of a tournament would be Liu Kang literally climbing a mountain and then fighting people as he went up the mountain, because that's the graphic of
Right.
yeah. It was like, oh, here's Kano, got to fight Kano, and then
On a
here's
couple
Sonya
stairs
Blade.
with the tower or the.
It's just a ladder.
I am very much when you're talking about video games. I just saw this ad for Kirby and the Forgotten Land for the Switch, which looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, look at this game.
Yeah, my son's really into Kirby right
I was like, I don't know, a lot of the ones I don't really like. That one on DS I really liked.
Oh, yeah.
But this one's a big open world. I thought it looked pretty cool. But I'm very much looking forward to Dying Light 2, which comes out in February. I don't know who out there has played the first one. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
It's just a big, gigantic open world where like zombies are running around.
Love that. I'm really excited, actually. This year they're doing the I think it's called Hogwarts Legacy, which is it's an open world RPG that takes place in Hogwarts like 1,000 years ago. So no ties to any characters. You don't have to worry about that. And you're basically
Just make their own shit up.
Yeah, you make your own shit up, but
that.
you're this like student magician, this student wizard who has like access to like this dark magic, and then it's kind of like you get to choose whether or not you're good or bad. You get sorted into your house, like everything
Cool.
gets done. It looks outstanding.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
A little bit, yeah. I liken it more to like a Knights of the Old Republic, because you got your running around to do and your quests to fulfill and all those things, but at the same time, while you're doing it, you can make good and bad decisions, at least based on what I know.
Right.
So, yeah, no, that's exciting. We were talking about a lot of video games. I think I mentioned this in the last one because we were discussing for CGM doing the video game of the year. And I was like, yeah, the only real game that I enjoyed was Metroid Prime.
Dread.
Well, at least
Dread.
Dread. Sorry, yes. As far as like the ones that I reviewed personally, and so
I have a bunch of old games that I've been playing because I bought them super cheap for like $5.
Do you know what I actually just got? Because it occurred to me, I bought the Xbox Game Pass, and
You have an Xbox?
yeah, right there.
That thing?
Yeah. Oh. And it's a...
It's ugly.
he's not wrong. It's the Xbox One. But the interesting thing was there's... when you get that, you have the Xbox Game Pass for PC as well. So I was like, oh, what's on here? So it's like you can get pretty much everything that's available on there you can get. And I was going through and I'm like, oh, they have Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm like, shit, I'm downloading this. I want to see what it's like.
That's a good thing, though. That Game Pass is fucking awesome.
It is. It's
absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, because, I mean, like, it's like what they do. Like, Nintendo's got their own kind of version of that with Nintendo Online, and there's still a lot of cool stuff on there to access, but it's not the same.
Not nearly. No. This is like Netflix. You just go on there, there's like a million fucking video games you can play.
And because they own so many titles, they're not going anywhere. It's like you can get Minecraft for free always. You can get, like, just anything.
Totally like brand whore.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about any of those games on Xbox. None of them.
Yeah.
Like, I want the God of War, Horizon.
Yeah.
All the ones that they, like, Last of Us, and I dig all those ones.
Yeah. Well, and there's tons of games like that on. Like, they're not just the...
But they have Bethesda now.
Yeah.
Xbox. So now, if they wanted to, they could have, but it would be dumb.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, they spent more on Bethesda than Disney did on Thing.
Yeah.
It was like 7 point something billion for Bethesda. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like,
but I'll tell you why it's not dumb, though, because it's a monthly subscription. So if somebody says, if they say, hey, we're releasing, I don't know, name one of the newest games out right now, like Halo, the new Halo Infinite.
Right.
Halo Infinite, which I think this is the case, actually. Halo Infinite came out on the day that it was released.
On
Xbox.
Yeah,
because now you have the choice to make. Well, I can go get Halo Infinite and have Halo Infinite, or I can get the Game Pass, have Halo Infinite, and have everything else.
Yeah.
But so they'll make more money off of Halo Infinite by getting people to buy in because of Halo Infinite.
Well, yes, buying into the
So it was like it's a genius idea.
What I was saying with Bethesda is like, because they do Doom, they do
all the Doom games
stuff.
on there. Yeah.
I know, but they're also for the other companies because they were a third party company.
Yes.
Now they're a first-party company. Now it's going to be up to Xbox whether they want to have Doom on other platforms or keep it specifically for them.
Yeah.
And depending on how many things this sells, well, personally, if it was Nintendo, they wouldn't give a shit. They would just keep it their own.
Yeah. But this is actually one thing that's really nice. I think that they'll probably keep it their own. But what's really nice, too, is you can kind of get around that. Like, you don't have to own an Xbox to have the Game Pass.
Right.
You can do it on your PC.
Or whatever, yeah.
So it's like I can get the Game Pass, I can play all those games on my thing and not have to worry about owning that console. Right? But then you have to own a computer.
You have to have writer.
But usually if you're gonna do something like that, you've got one anyways, kind of thing.
The idea that they have is fantastic. Like I think the Games Pass idea is amazing.
Yeah.
They do shit tons of games, but like I said, I want to play I'd rather have a Nintendo and play the games I actually love to play rather than an Xbox and have a bunch of shitty. I don't give a shit about Halo Infinite. I don't give a shit about any of those games.
See, there's a ton of games on there that I really enjoy, though, and actually, like, they have, like, the Star Wars Fallen Empire that's on there, and they've got all the Battlefronts and all that shit, and
those are for everything, too, though.
What? Yeah,
You're
I know.
Getting them for free with this Game Pass.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The Game Pass is an amazing deal.
But that's what I'm saying is there's just all these things. It's like I won't judge something based on it's like I don't really care for these Xbox games, so whatever. It's like there's so many.
No, but there's more than just their own
that are on there.
Yeah, like I said, it's like it's a Netflix of just free video games.
It's really
shit tons.
Yeah,
and they own Rare, which is wicked.
And we downloaded a ton of different games, some for the kids, some for me, and some like the Madden games.
Conkers, got to be on there.
Yeah,
they own Rare.
There's all kinds of stuff. Banjo Kazooie's on there, and And it's got
Fucking
stuff
right
going
on.
like, and it has more stuff going all the way back, right?
But
Like,
you know,
to the-
it's for pick your poison, right? Fucking
yeah,
A.
yeah. I have no real loyalty to any specific games other than really Nintendo. I always get the Nintendo. Everything else is just kind of like whatever. I don't need one system or the other because I
I
get
am
almost everything on
obsessed
PC.
with Mario Kart 8 Online.
Yeah. So
Oh
I guess
my god, dude! Like every spare moment I have, I'm on there.
there was a great thing I saw today actually because they're in development of Mario Kart 9.
That's what I just read. Yeah.
And just the way that, because you know sometimes when you get like you'll get an like a headline, but the headline's too long, so it gets cut off in the little thumbnail that you have. So this was the way it read because it got cut off, and it said Mario Kart 9 is in development with one big twist.
Yes.
Anal. And it just stops like everything.
Sweet.
It just stopped everything else.
The old corkscrew.
Exactly.
Woo!
Well, I mean, the whole game is literally like shooting weapons at the backside of other
That
people.
is the fucking number one thing. Oh, pardon me. I'm Peach on the bike,
yeah,
and it is like I'm fucking awesome.
I'm Link on the bike.
Fucking awesome. But when they hit, if somebody fucking hits me, I fly. I'm gone. I'm just like, fuck. I've fallen off the track so many times. These fucking assholes.
Okay, you've just convinced me. Next time we record our first ever miscast gaming day, we'll play just you. We'll play just you and me for a couple rounds, and then we'll play
kick your
online
fucking
for a couple.
ass.
You probably will. I'm pretty good, but I'm not like. There are way better
Can we
people.
both play online from here?
I don't know if we can
Or
both
do we
play
have to
online from
I'll
here.
just bring mine too, then and maybe we just pick a different TV. You only have 12 TVs in this very room.
Yeah, I get that's
I want
something.
to play on this.
That's something I would have to sort out because
Old
we'd
school 4 split right here.
Yeah, no, we'd have.
That'll be my corner.
Yeah, we have to because I'd have to get it up there somehow. So I don't know. We'll have to. I'll sort out the logistics of that before next week. But
Or they hit you and you get a speed boost. I'm like, what the fuck? And then boom, I go flying off. I'm like, fuck.
yeah, so we will do that. We'll have some fun with that next week. I'm not entirely certain whether or not it'll be on here or if that's going to be a brand new channel.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Because like that's something I've been wanting to do with you for a long time is that you find old games and like find like
That would be good
emulated
with
like
your
Nintendo
Xbox thing.
games.
We should
and
go through the
fucking-
Game Pass thing too.
Yeah, we can go through the
should do
Game
that,
Pass and
fucking
play
A.
some game.
Play some old fucking ones.
We might just be watching the demise of this channel in
gonna
favor
turn into,
in favor of a gaming
Oh,
channel.
there's no more movies anyways.
Yeah, we're all out of movies.
Oh,
It's next week's movie, and then I think like after that, it's like just Dirty Rotten Scoundrels,
Yep.
and then we're done.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, Judd Apatow just put out on Twitter saying that it would be the most appropriate thing if the Oscars were hosted by Steve Martin and Martin Short. He's like, we just need a little bit of joy right now.
Yeah,
and I was
agree.
like, I'm on board for that.
I'm totally on board for that.
I love
That'd be
them.
amazing.
I
Who
love those
doesn't?
two men. I love those two men so much. And it was like we missed out a couple of times. They've been in Niagara Falls performing together. And just like every time I either didn't know about it until it was too late, or I was like, oh, it's happening. But we're like, I think the one time it was happening, but we were going to be in Florida when it was happening.
Right.
And it was just like,
I don't
oh,
even
shit.
know.
So, yeah, that was
I just
another.
know that they're gay now and they're living in an apartment building and they hang out with Serena Williams.
Yes, Serena Williams.
And there's murders happening.
Serena Williams. Venus is not there, but Serena is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're two different people, Joe.
Yeah. But speaking of award shows and speaking of the Williams sisters, the Golden Globes sort of happened this week. They didn't have a TV show.
Like they got together in a parking lot somewhere. Yeah, it was loose.
I don't know the circumstances beyond how people really found out whether or not they won. How most people found out who won was just Twitter. Literally,
Really?
just like they tweeted, they're like, "Congratulations to this person! You just won!" Like
Golden Globe.
it was a goddamn sweepstakes.
Yeah, like we'll mail it to you. Like what the fuck?
Well,
Like
they get mailed to you anyways. You don't you don't go home with a statue, generally
What?
speaking. For some awards, sometimes they get because
so like you hold it for the camera and then you got to hand it to them and then they mail it to you.
because like they don't come with the
Fuck,
names.
It's mine.
What's that?
It's my fucking award. Let me take it.
No, because you don't get you get one with your name on it later. Like your name's
I
not
will
on
have
the
it
ones.
engraved.
Yes.
At my later
I will
date.
do it. Yeah. I can afford it. Just let me go home with this.
No,
but it's
then
confusing.
when my career hits the skids,
But it is-
I
yeah.
sell it to somebody and have their name engraved on it.
But it's confusing. I think what happens for some, I think it's different for other people because I know that I saw somebody tweet say, look whose award finally arrived. It was an Emmy. And so they just got their Emmy. And so I was like, okay.
It was Susan Lucci's, and it was from 14 years ago.
Yeah, exactly, right? But then you see things like the after party when Lord of the Rings won all the Oscars and everybody put their Oscar on the one table and there was a photo of this. So they obviously got to leave with their Oscars. So maybe it's different. Or maybe for the Oscars, you actually send them back and they get them engraved and you get them back or something. But
maybe they're already engraved.
No,
because they know who the winner is.
Yeah, but
it's not like they just before Buddy walks out to say the winner, they just finished tallying the votes or whatever the fuck.
Well, sort of that is, but they actually because that's what they talk about it when they send out those accountants every time is they literally send a dude with a friggin' briefcase attached to his wrist with the envelopes. Like nobody present knows who won.
I think there's that guy they're mixing him up for Steve Harvey.
Yeah, and
I think that he asked that chick to meow.
What's that?
He asked Steve Harvey. He asked some girl at the latest beauty pageant thing to meow like a cat.
Yeah,
like instead of asking her a question, whatever, he's like, "Hey, meow like a cat."
He's a judge.
You win.
Yeah, he has his own judge TV show now. By the way.
Oh my! Are you fucking joking?
I'm not fucking joking. You
Judge.
Yeah, Judge Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, and it's really just him making big eyes and things, going. Like what? But he was already used to wearing clothes that were way too big for him anyways, so a judge's robe is really nothing.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, this is real.
He must be like, the man doesn't have enough jobs on TV.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Judge Judy's leaving. I can step in the role.
Well,
here.
you know
is
what?
He actually even a judge?
No, it's like most judge shows. Most judge shows, there are literal like Judge Judy is a real judge.
Judge Judy Sheinlin,
yes.
Rule
is
that's it.
Yeah,
okay?
she should be on the
law.
When Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, she should have just went and taken that spot. Like there shouldn't even have been like a vote. She just showed up one day and everybody's like, fuck, Judge Judy's here, what do we do? Do not piss her off.
Well, I guess the decision has been made.
Yeah, so confirmation done.
Sheinlin. I thought like Steve Harvey could be the dude that's like her bailiff guy.
That's
right.
Yeah,
it's a black dude. Anyways,
that would be it's two people are fighting or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like he just comes up and he just lays and he's like, "Listen up, these white women are something else." And she's like, I know.
Oh my Lord.
But I just wanted to go over some of the standout winners. So best drama.
Wait, when did this happen?
This past Sunday.
Okay. Was Ricky Gervais hanging around in the parking lot?
Yeah, he should have been tweeting insult. Whenever somebody came up, he's like, what a cunt. Or like, whatever. But anyways, so drama was Benedict Cumberbatch's Power of the Dog.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't watched it yet.
Also one for best director. I cannot remember the name of the director.
No shit. So it beat, what was up?
I don't have it all in front of me. I can look it up.
No, don't.
Okay, fine. Best musical or comedy was West Side Story.
Ooh, bombed at the box office. Of course it would win. Apparently it's supposed to be a really good movie.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like everybody who's talking about like box office and stuff like that right now is like throw it all out the window. People are not going to the movies for very specific reasons right now, not because I heard that
Spider-Man will give people the Sovid.
Yeah, well, no, because like everybody's like, I gotta go see Spider-Man because it's big. That's another thing we're gonna get into actually later. But they're like, this is a giant event. It was like West Side Story. I can see wherever. I don't need to see that on a big screen. I'm not gonna risk fucking catching COVID to.
But is Spider-Man? Wait, you say that as if like Spider-Man is more worth it?
I'm 100% saying that. 100%.
No, what I mean, like neither one of them. If you're thinking to yourself, I'm risking this, don't go see any goddamn movie.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But what I'm saying is like there's certain things where it's just like I want to see this on the big screen. And I'll do the safety shit and all that. And then there's people who are like, I don't want to go through all that fucking rigmarole. I'm just going to stay home and just wait for it to go.
Of wearing a mask at a movie.
Yeah, well, some people don't, I much prefer if, again, this is where my decision making would come in. I went and saw, the second time I saw Spider-Man, I went and saw it where you weren't allowed to get popcorn or a drink and you had to sit there and wear your mask the entire time.
Really?
When you and I went, we got to eat popcorn and have a drink. Guess which one was the more pleasurable experience?
Popcorn.
Yeah, of course.
Goddamn
popcorn.
right it was.
I've never not had
People were
popcorn in the
losing it
movie.
in the theater, too.
I was sitting there and I'm
fucking
just
awesome.
I was sitting there and I was just like, why don't I have fucking popcorn? I was like, I'm not allowed to have. They had everything
you eat
open.
popcorn?
They're like, you're welcome to buy popcorn and leave the theater with it. That was the whole thing. Like, you could not have it in the theater. And I was like, so what experience is worth it to me? Am I going to go see West Side Story for that?
I would get popcorn to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I would. Movie popcorn the next
We-
day is fucking awesome.
We thought about it, but it was just kind of late. And we were just like, let's just go.
What the shit?
I know. But a couple days later, I bought one of those giant bags of popcorn from
That's
Costco.
entertainment.
No, Costco. It's bigger than that's entertainment. It's like the bag is like about
brings it.
the bag is about this long and it's about this tall from the ground.
Oh, beauty.
It's amazing. And you're just sitting there. And the problem is because it goes stale, the race is on. You're just always
it's such a huge bin of.
You're just going, and it's like you just find yourself every time you sit down on the couch, you're just eating the popcorn because you're like, if there's like a handful left at the end, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, like why you can't blow? What a waste.
So you're just like sitting there eating, and it was like 3 days later, and there was like this much left. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I don't even think the kids had any.
That's like I don't know. Yeah, sure they did.
Yeah, wink.
But you tell yourself that the kids eating all this popcorn.
Yeah.
That's like every time I'm like, who drank all the beer that was in here? Goddamn kids! If there are no kids, no kids.
Yep. No, there's no kids.
Yeah,
Also, that would be a very weird scenario of who drank all the beer? My 6-year-old.
My kids. No, they're always
Goddamn 6-year-old.
They don't know what's what. They can't read
No, that's true.
because they never taught them anything.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't go to school because it's on the internet and I don't have a computer. So now they just drink whatever they find.
Yeah, that's true. Bleach, whatever, their own urine.
The box of
That's the whole
Arm and Hammer.
That's
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the whole thing going on right now. Everybody's drinking their own piss, and I think that you just figured out.
Waterworld style.
Well, they had like there's people again. This is
did this COVID. Look, now I'm drinking my own pee. No. You know, there's like a video. Guarantee. He's like,
he's aiming.
You did this, government. You fuck you, government. You made me piss all over my own mouth.
Yeah. So this was my thing, though.
Why are they peeing?
Why? Well, I honestly think now, I think that liberals are trolling the conservatives and going, hey, you know what? I heard that if you drink your own pee, that stops COVID. And then it spreads like wildfire. Because literally that is what they're saying. They're like, don't listen to the doctors. Drinking your own pee will cure COVID. And they're like, do not drink your own pee. And they're like, that's what they want you to think. So you'll take their medicines. And I'm like, fuck.
Wait a minute. Did Dr. Joe Rogan verify this?
He has not.
Well, until Dr. Joe Rogan says that this is safe for me to do.
Yeah.
My third eye will remain closed on the issue.
I want very much for him to just go, okay, guys, this has gotten out of hand. I've been playing to you guys for too long.
Like, oh my God.
Like, all right. So yeah, me and Aaron Rodgers have a bet going on, and we both lost at this point.
He didn't lose. He's got like 8 trillion followers listening to his drivel.
Oh God. Still going through the Golden Globes. Best Actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Best Actor. Will Smith won for King Richard.
Oh, right on.
So I was like, good for him. I was happy. Nicole Kidman won for Best Actress for being the Ricardos.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to
Lucy.
say. Anyways, keep going.
Okay. Oh no, she's not even in that.
Oh, I'm thinking the other.
You're thinking the other one. Where's spoiler alerts for later? Well, actually, not really. We've told you, hey, we're catching up on all the MCU movies. Eternals is coming in a few weeks. Relax.
Hey, relax, hey.
Rachel Ziegler, in what I believe was her first ever movie, won Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy for West Side Story.
Oh.
Which actually, a connection, like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon connection to us. Because one of her first big appearances on something was on the George Lucas talk show, where we interviewed Connor Ratliff and Patrick Cotner from the George Lucas talk show. So basically, we're the reason she won the Oscar.
Of course. I wonder if the girl from Licorice Pizza was up.
She was nominated, yes. She did not win.
I gotta see that.
It was nominated for a bunch of stuff.
I have to see every one of these movies still.
Yes. That's true. Andrew Garfield won for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy for Tick Tick Boom.
Oh, I have to see that movie as well.
I would like to see that too, just because I really enjoyed Rent. So I thought I was like,
is it a musical?
It is it's a bit of a musical. Yeah, it's directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh,
and but it's a Yeah, it's about his life and like the end of his life and all that. I guess I don't really know where
the end of Lin-Manuel Miranda's life.
No, Jonathan Larson's life, the guy who made Rent.
Right.
So
everyone has AIDS. AIDS.
I remember. It's funny because I saw Team America before I saw Rent. And so I saw that, and then I went and saw Rent, and I'm like, oh, I think this is the thing that they were spoofing in Team America. And then all of a sudden, I was like, wow, everybody has AIDS in this movie. I was like, there's a lot of AIDS going on. And I know that that's the point, but I was just kind of like, wow, they're really doubling down on this AIDS thing.
AIDS, my dog, AIDS.
It was just like, oh, wow, okay. No Time to Die one for original song for Billie Eilish's theme, which is fine.
I was just about to be like, what? But okay.
Yeah. No Time to Die one for best thing ever.
Oh,
Apparently,
Lord.
Anna de Armas is on the BAFTA long list right now for best supporting actress for that movie. Which
she was very good
fantastic.
In it, actually, yes.
My only argument is she wasn't in it long enough to really earn something. Because I had that thing too.
Judi Dench won for 8. She was in 7 minutes in that friggin' movie.
But I don't agree with that one either. It was the first one that what was it? The American Gangster, the old woman Ruby Dee, I think it was, won the best supporting actress, and she was in the movie for 7 minutes.
Oh, I got you. Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
she was his Denzel's mom in it or whatever. She was fantastic in it, but she was in it for 7 minutes. I was like, a supporting actress supports the film, not a scene.
Not one. Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I think there should be a best scene stealer that can snag all those people in. Jonah Hill from 40-Year-Old Virgin, stuff like that. He's holding those fish boots. What else? Oh Young-soo won Best Supporting Actor for Squid Game. It was the only one that Squid Game won. It was up for a bunch of stuff, but it's the only one. He played the really old man in Squid Game, and he was fantastic in it. So well earned. Well done. And Michael Keaton won for Best Actor in a Miniseries for Dopesick, which I reviewed. So you're welcome, Michael.
You said you really liked it.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I know, watch it now. I really like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's available
That's
on
also
Disney
on
Plus.
Netflix.
No, it's
Disney Plus.
Yeah, in Canada. I think
So
it's Hulu
Netflix
in the US.
got the Best Picture.
Netflix got the Best
Power
Picture
of the Dog.
and the Best Actor.
I will probably watch it tonight.
Yeah, it's worth a look-see.
I might be all, I don't know.
We'll see what
This
happens.
one might be the end of me for movies tonight.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, God.
But
It's like the first Marvel movie I'm not looking forward to watching.
I'm going back into it with an open mind because I'm going to tell the whole story during our episode.
Right now? Oh, God.
No.
I was like, you're going to tell me the whole movie and then I got to watch the movie?
Yes. And
well, you're not going to tell the whole story right
now. No, because I'm going to do a much worse version. Okay, no. Oh, sorry. Go back 30 minutes and there was a guy.
Oh,
and
I totally forgot what this guy had said to her.
That's going to totally matter later on.
So now...
Yeah. I was like, no. If you don't realize that guy's afraid of shovels, the next 20 minutes are not going to make any sense to you. But anyways, no. I'm going to tell the story. The story of my reviewing that movie during that episode.
Good.
Wanted to talk about, there was an interview, I believe it was in Variety, with Ben Affleck, where he basically airs his grievances. Talks about working on Justice League being the absolute worst experience of his life, which was what made him not want to do the next Batman movie, including the directing part, because he was like, I don't love this. And he's like, I think that who should do this is somebody who enjoys it.
Right.
He's like, I don't want it anymore. I guess he had some heart-to-hearts with Matt Damon, which is still a thing, and it's
having heart-to-hearts with Matt Damon.
Yeah, apparently he still has to go through Matt Damon to make most of his life decisions.
They're bros.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel's off to the side, eating a slice of pizza, just waiting for them to be done so he can jump back in. But
yeah, exactly.
It's just
fucking Jimmy fucking Kimmel.
Jimmy. But yeah, so he was talking about that. That was one thing. And then another thing he said, which is I find it half true, but not all true. He was eventually he's in the next couple of years, he's regular movies won't even make it to the theaters. It's only going to be Marvel movies and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just well, no.
Well, look what's happening.
I was like,
nobody goes to see anything else but that.
Well, but that's also a problem when half the theater is not allowed to populate.
Plus, all the old people that go to see the other ones that win awards, they're not
Yeah.
they're not going out.
Like
They're
nobody
too scared
yeah,
of it.
there are reasons that people aren't going to the movies that have nothing to do with the movies right now. I was like, you can't.
There's like a murderer
Yeah.
wandering around the movie theater killing people.
Yeah.
Do I want to get axe murdered
Yeah.
for Eternals? But Spider-Man? I'll get my head chopped off in line.
I was literally going to say the exact same thing. That was I'm on board for that. But there's so many things, and I was like, and just on top of that, think about the fact that Spider-Man made so much money, despite the fact that only, like, at least in Canada, 50% capacity in the theaters.
People wanted to see the fucking
Well,
thing.
people wanted to see the thing, but it's like again, like West Side Story, it's like, okay, it's not in as many theaters to start. And then it's only got 50% capacity. Like, it has a cap on how much they can make. That's why everything.
Nobody should have. Steven Spielberg movie. The guy can make as many flops as he wants to.
Absolutely.
Because even if they flop, they're still not shitty movies.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And that's what I think that people need to kind of like be taking more into account. Because I see that so much now, especially in social media. It's like, oh, these bombs, like,
no, but then,
awards. Because they were good.
No, but then it's going to start happening where they're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Because why would they put money into it? Even though it's a good movie, it's going to bomb. Why would they put all this money into it?
But also there's not like, because they're going to put the money into it and it's going to go somewhere. Somebody's going to buy it or whatever. So, I mean, like, the money's getting passed around. But what happens is those things end up becoming package deals anyways, where it's like, okay, fucking Disney puts out this, so we're also going to put this out in the theaters.
We're only going to give you this and use that.
So that's always going to be the case. So there's always going to be other options out there in the theaters that aren't giant events.
Quentin Tarantino was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars was like, we're not going to show any Star Wars movies here unless you play this right now. And he was like, and it cut like The Hateful Eight or something.
Yeah.
His own movie at his own theater.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck? Good for them. Nobody wants to see The Hateful Eight anyways.
I didn't mind it. It was fine. That's to me, like, Tarantino, there's a certain, like, poser film buff who they're like, I'm going to name off these people because I know that's the ones that everybody wants to hear that I like. It's like, Tarantino's the best, and Scorsese's the best, and this guy's the best. And they're not bad. I'm not by any means saying that these are people who don't have talent as directors. I was like, yeah, Tarantino, his movies are all right. Like, there's some that are better than others. There's some that are worse. There's some that are whatever. And it's just like, he's fine. He's fine. But because he's created this lore around himself outside of a foot fetish that that has made people go, oh, he is the chosen one. You know what I mean? It's like, he's only going to do 10 movies? What a god. So what? A shitty director could have said, I'm only going to do 10 movies. Other people did 10.
Charles Band.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing 300 if I'm doing one.
Shit, what's the guy's name?
And 250 of them will be 50% footage from the other movie.
I'm trying to think. It's the one Hong Kong guy who's like he's got like 400 movies under his belt because he just takes footage from other movies and turns them into other movies. Or he does that batch filming thing. Like, he's the one who did, we're going to do a series of his movies. We're going to do a month where we just like do like 4 of his movies back to back.
Oh my God.
But literally what they do is he just shoots a bunch of scenes. And then they're just like, okay, we'll just take this scene for this movie and this scene for this movie. And we'll take this and put that in both movies because whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like the Troma car crash.
Yes.
It's in like every fucking Troma movie.
Well, it's like the Michael Bay, there's a car flip in that one too that made it into like The Island and Transformers and like a bunch of other things.
Sweet.
Because it's like, we're spending this much goddamn money on it, we're going to get our use of it. You know what I mean?
That's so fucking killer.
It's so good. But yeah, so I mean, like, I agree to an extent that definitely, well, I mean, it's already happened that the bulk of box office goes towards movies that are, again, like I said, worth going and seeing on a big screen and hearing big, loud. Like, you know, there are just movies that are built for that more than others. You didn't need to go see like The 5-Year Engagement on the big screen.
How dare you? What if that's what people like to see on the big screen?
And they're welcome to, and they'll still exist. It's just that the money, like the big money, is in the other stuff.
Now the other one, he's totally right. It's going to be all Marvel movies. All that little shit's going to go to all the streaming things.
But
and it's going to be, you will
but,
watch. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But I agree with that statement more than I disagree with it.
Well, and I agree with it more than I disagree with it. But the problem is just the way the companies work. It will never be that.
Right.
There's always going to be something. It's just that the focus will never be on that. It will always be on the big things. So I was like, that's kind of, but like his whole interview, if you read his interview, the whole thing is just him being like, fuck. He basically Nick Nolte'd his way through an interview. He's like, God damn this. God damn.
Well, you know what? It was just not for him. He didn't like the process. He didn't like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he likes to have more creativity, more whatever.
Yeah. And
but there's something about making, a lot of these actors say they like making the movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's exactly what I would say too if they're going to continue to pay me.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But and at the same time, and it was like, because he just talked about kind of like, you know, have after divorce and rehab and all these different things, he's like, my priorities have changed. And he's like, and I just decided at that point that this is no longer fucking worth it. And I was like, good for you. Like, that's
right on.
That's, you know, more power to you. But it was
Jersey
just,
Girl 2, bring it on.
Yeah. Well, he actually said to, I think it was Geely is what made him want to be a director. He's like, okay, I got to make my own fucking movies. He's like, I'm done with this.
I'm going to make my own.
So... Which, I mean, it's how it worked for him in the first place. This, again, he probably had a discussion with Matt, and he's like, well, we couldn't get any movies made till we made our own. He's like, you're not getting movies like you did, like Geely and Jersey Girl almost back to back. He's like, make your own. And then he's like, you know, an Argo comes out.
It was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Or the gang one with Jeremy Renner. What was that called?
I think that was I think that was just what it was called. It was just the gang one with Jeremy Renner.
Ah, yes, right.
Yeah, that was when they were doing that. There was
I'm in Boston over here. Hey, we're robbing banks. Where's my brother?
There's the gang one with Jeremy Renner, the clown one with Isaac Hayes.
Yep.
I don't know. That was just me making up random shit. What if there is a clown? What if
there probably is?
Yeah.
Doink the Clown and Isaac Hayes.
Finally. Oh, that reminds me. I can't remember the person's name. It was something the Clown, though. And it's the streaming service Caffeine. I like opened up something and it was an ad that popped up. And they're like, we got her. It's like, whatever the Clown. Like the original, like the inventor of crumping is now on Caffeine. I'm like, oh,
I don't know what crumping
finally.
is. That sounds amazing.
Oh, you don't know crumping? Crumping's like that crazy ass dance, like hip hop style dance. Where it's like it's literally. I'm not even like exaggerating.
You just crumped out, bro.
I hurt my back a little bit too.
That's what happens when you crump, bud.
Yeah,
you got the old crump crack.
That's why 40-year-olds don't crump. But
don't you tell me when to crump.
Well, you're not 40, you're over, so it's only 40.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
Yes. It's good. But
is that a thing?
What?
Like, wait, so that could be like this is the guy that thought up this fucking one.
The floss.
Yeah, like we've got the guy who created the floss on
everything
our show.
You do looks like jerking off on this show.
You know?
Yes. That was basically what
doing
it was.
That floss.
They're like, finally.
You know that floss dance? Right?
Gotta really floss your teeth.
Yeah, right?
But
he made that one up. Like, wow, that's fucking cool.
That was it. And it's like, well, and it's like, so she's gonna be streaming on doing what? Is she
Dancing.
Just gonna be crumping at me?
You just hear the sound of crumping.
Crumping is
it's like those the sounds of nature.
Oh God. So
this one does the opposite.
The sound of crumping would be the occasional foot squeak on the floor and the occasional stomp, and then you'd hear like fabric moving fast.
Yes.
Man, I could fall asleep to that. That's not
Absolutely, I could.
That's actually how I do. I transition from like thunderstorms into like a babbling brook into crumping. That's when I get into a deep sleep.
That's REM. That's when that kicks you into the REM.
And I have some fucked up nightmares once that starts.
Once the crump.
It's always about people being very aggressive at me. But
crank the crump, motherfucker.
Yeah. Jackass Forever. It just released its final trailer, and so there's been a lot of kind of news around it and stuff like that. It confirmed the list of cameos that are going to be in it. So some people we've seen in the trailer, some people we haven't. Eric Andre is going to be in it. Tori Belleci from Mythbusters is involved. There's a lot of explosions.
Oh, maybe setting up some stuff.
I think,
for them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of explosions and stuff in this one outside. Like there's one where it I spit all over you. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I was like, Steve-O goes into a urinal, and then the urinal like explodes. Like there's a big fireball behind it, and then the whole thing just kind of goes. Nope. And there it is. And so he So yeah, he's probably behind some of that. Shaquille O'Neal's there. Tony Hawk and Matt Hoffman. Who are like,
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he was
Shaq's in the
he was on the show back in the day because I guess they were all on set because they were involved in one of his music videos.
Shaq will be free throwing Wee Man.
Yeah,
And if he gets 1 out of 10,
yeah,
he will solve world hunger.
yeah. I don't like those odds.
Yeah, neither do I.
If for no other reason, Wee Man is bigger than a basketball. So, I mean, it'll throw off his game a little. DJ Paul from the 3-6 Mafia is in it. Machine Gun Kelly, Tyler, the Creator, the Dudesons. Yeah, those are guys who are like there for a spot, right?
gosh.
So it's not like they're in the whole movie. But somebody who was in it was there's a guy who's like one of the cast members now. I don't want to know what his real name is, but it's like Captain Nutshot on like YouTube.
Yeah, I like
he was
the sounds of this guy.
He was a guy
Captain Nutshot.
He was a guy on YouTube, but he was brought on Tosh.0, and that's where I actually saw him for the first time. And he's just this dude who just like comes up with these weird creative ways for nut shots. So he's standing there and there's like a plank, like a lever kind of plank system, and then somebody pushes a washing machine off, hits the other side, and it goes up and smashes him in the nuts. And that's it. He just got smashed in the nuts, or like
that's his gig.
Yeah, and that was like his whole deal. But he's one of the cast members
right on.
in this one now. But there's a few people in it. Like I said, there was a female cast member this time.
They took out Bam and they added Machine Gun
Which
Kelly.
I wanted to talk about next.
Take a drunk ass Bam than that motherfucking dork.
Well, Well, I mean, he's not in the cast. He's in a sketch. He's just there for one sketch, so it's a little different.
I don't mind Tyler the Creator. That's cool.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator's fine.
Machine Gun Kelly can fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if he gets hurt or something.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That might be cool. The Dudesons being there is fun too, though, just because they're kind of like...
It's like they're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
It's like they're teaming up with everybody.
Yeah. Well, they showed up in, I think it was part 2 as well. The
Dudesons, they did some crazy shit. I've seen where they're really injured. Well,
because...
oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, you're dead.
Yeah, that's what happens when, like, the rating
There's only
systems
one.
are different.
They're called the Dudesons. There's one.
Yes. There's one left.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember they were talking about him in I think it was Jackass 2, yeah, where they're sitting there and like the one guy's like using a chainsaw and they're like, I can't believe they're letting Yarpy use the thing. He's like, he doesn't have one thumb. He's missing a thumb. But I wanted to talk about Bam because we were talking about him being fired, so I kind of was like, oh, what actually happened to Bam being fired and stuff like that? So basically what happened, he was in the movie. He had signed on for the movie. He had actually shot some stuff for the movie. And then I guess he was so fucked up. And now let's compare Steve-O, who was on drugs for the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
Did not have this issue. But Bam was so fucked up that they were like, you need a sobriety clause in your contract, pal, because you are a mess and you are a liability.
Yep.
So they basically said that that's going to happen, and he broke his sobriety clause. Now he's claiming, well, because originally he said it on a podcast. He broke his sobriety clause and they fired him, and now he's coming out with, I got fired because I took an Adderall, but it's like prescribed and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was like, that's not what you said the first time.
Shit hammer wasted. He's just taking it back now.
Yeah, exactly right. So I was
and
like,
then when he said that, he was shit hammer wasted. And
yeah. So now he's suing them for all kinds of whatever and.
Although it is kind of funny because they're all fucked up making all these movies, and now they're all sober now. So now it's like, oh, Bam's.
Yeah, but the thing was, like, you assumed, but like Steve-O didn't seem to be a behavior problem on set or anything. Like nobody ever said like Steve, like drugs, he was doing drugs, but he wasn't like, oh fuck, we can't get Steve-O to show up on set. We can't get and they're like, oh, if we hire Bam to be in this movie, there's chances are he's going to show up like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and then something's going to happen. It's going to be a total liability. And
because they were even telling a story. I was watching Jackass 3.5 actually, and it was talking about Dave England, and they used to call him Darf when he got really drunk because he just turned into a totally different person.
Who?
Now Dave England, one of the guys from the show, and so it showed video footage. Somebody got like cell phone footage of him or whatever, and he's just getting hammered, and he's just like all over the fucking place. He like goes up to this girl, he keeps trying to lick her, and they're all like, fuck, like nobody, and they're like everybody hated him, and they were like, but he Johnny Knoxville even pointed out, he's like, yeah, he's a guy we don't see anymore. He's like, because I guess Dave realized somebody said he did the Portland Frank, which is apparently just taking his dick out and putting mustard and ketchup on it and stuff like that. And he's like, there's no way I did that. And he took his dick out and it had mustard all over it. And he's like, I gotta stop. So it was like, but at the same time, he was there first thing in the morning.
Right.
And it was like, okay, you got all hammered and stupid yesterday, and now you're going to be doing a stunt where you have to jump. But he showed up and he did it. And it was like, but their belief was that he wouldn't.
Right.
And therein lies the difference.
Oh, my Lord. When you wake up and you have condiments on your penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of two things. You're so fucked up that you put condiments on your penis, or you hooked up with somebody so fucked up that they put condiments on their vagina.
I was literally just thinking that because I was thinking like, yeah, what if there was like mustard in the vag?
Yeah.
There was
or
a wiener
anus.
there.
Yes. Or anus, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about the old anus.
Hey, there's...
I could take a Frankfurter up there, let me tell you.
Yeah. Dude on dude, dude on girl anal style. Oh, those things.
I like
Nobody can take one of those.
Jumbos frozen together.
Yeah. Conservatively, when we used to go away together for the 3 weeks during the summer to go to Huntsville,
how many hot dogs
conservatively, how many hot dogs?
Conservatively 2
at a time. No, but how many do you think we ate during that period? Because we basically like 2 meals a day had hot dogs.
Yeah, fucking A.
So probably
I'm gonna have 2 meals of chili today.
Yeah. What was it not?
Shit show.
Was it not one of our last summers that they found out where they were like, if you eat more than this many hot dogs, you'll probably get cancer.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then I was like, oh, we're eating like our 300th hot dog of the 3 week period.
There should have been a fucking counter.
Yeah.
Like one of like the old school baseball ones where some old guy's got to stay there the whole time. We're like, oh, this hot dog. Oh, fuck. He's going to turn it.
Oh, God. But we ate so many hot dogs. That was just like,
fucking right we did.
Too many. I'm surprised.
Too many.
We ate so many to a point where I'm like, I'm surprised that I'm not sick of hot dogs now.
Oh, I'm going to make beans and weens tomorrow.
Beans and weens, baby.
I found out it was like my buddy's daughter's like favorite meal. And ever since she said it months ago,
nice.
I've been like, I want beans and weens.
Doesn't that always happen where you're like, you're talking about something?
It's so simple. I could have had it a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, that happened to me yesterday. I was literally sitting there. I'm like, because I was working a night shift and I was here though. I was working from home, which was pretty awesome. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to make tonight because like I make my dinner at like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like, I don't know. And then somebody was talking. I was watching The Office, and they were talking about like an eggplant parm. And I'm like, oh, chicken parm, here we come. So I made a really delicious. I did it in the air fryer too, which it turned out. I'll show it to you after. It turned out
seen
delicious.
the deep fryer.
No, I'm not talking about the air fryer. I'm talking about the chicken parm. I took a picture of it.
I was like, I'm not going to stand there where you make an entire thing of chicken parm tonight. Well, yeah, yes, I will. That's a lie. Yes, I will.
It actually, yeah.
Because I got one of them. Well, fuck yeah, I'd be there.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, it was that. And I don't really know how we got to that point, but here we are.
We've been here for like 4 days.
I know, I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm skipping those last two things. We're just going to what next week's movie is because that's the whole point of this episode. There's not a whole lot of substance in the last couple of subjects. So
sure there was.
Okay, no. I mean the next couple.
All
right, here I'll just say them and then you tell me if you have any thoughts on it. Indiana Jones is wrapping up filming within a month.
Awesome, good for them. Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I know it's James Mangold. Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. And The Raid is getting a remake that's it's involving the original director. But Michael Bay is the producer.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
But
fuck.
I'm torn.
It's going to be like a CG thing running up the stairs.
But this is my thing, this is where I'm torn. The original director being on board, is that going to happen? Because God. Because Michael Bay's not making the movie.
No, maybe they're just doing because he's like, I love this movie.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Who's going to star in the new Michael Bay produced Raid?
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God. I'm thinking of who's the new, like there's gotta be, we don't have the new
Sheldon
Kung
from The
Fu
Big
guy.
Bang Theory. No, we don't have one.
We don't have the new guy, so who's it gonna be?
But this was my question, period.
Keanu Reeves.
This was my thing, was I'm like, they're probably doing an Americanized
thing,
so that I'm like,
who's gonna be this? Sorry, I think it's gonna be Keanu Reeves.
Keanu would be cool.
And the bad guy's gonna be Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he does end up in Michael Bay movies, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know who I want from Michael Bay movies to be there instead of Mark Wahlberg?
Megan Fox.
Anthony Anderson.
Ooh, of course. I'd love that.
Not that he's been in a lot
The
of
Raid 3, sorry, Anthony Anderson. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He was just in Blackish.
Yeah, well, yes.
That was a big show. They did very well.
No, I just said he wasn't in a lot of Michael Bay things. That's what I meant. Like, he was in Transformers, and I'm pretty sure that was it.
Right. I didn't even notice he was in that. I was too busy throwing up all over my own fucking dick.
That was that period of time when you just remember, hey, it's that guy from the show Hang Time on the Saturday morning Saved by the Bell ripoff.
Hanged fucking A.
When he played the son of, like, a famous NBA player, and he had a harsh relationship with him, but he was a really good three-point shooter for the team. The whole thing just surrounded on the basketball team. No.
Does it make him a good dad?
No, I'm talking about the kid, like Anthony Anderson was a good three-point shooter for the team because he got that from his dad. And then he had
Who played his dad? Delroy Lindo.
No, I think he was an actual basketball player.
Oh my God. It was like Wilt Chamberlain. Terrible acting. I never liked you, son.
I think it was like Oscar Robertson or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Oh my God. It was Steve Nash.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
His dad, Steve Nash.
He keeps calling him dad. He's like, look, kid, we have never met. I don't know who your mother. Like, he was like, for the last time we talked, I think you said you're from Colorado. This is Phoenix. Like, I don't. Why are you even here?
Shit.
He's like, all right, let's call your mom and get her to come pick you up again. Jesus. He's like, and then she comes, I'm so sorry, Mr. Nash. She's like, bye, Dad. And he's like, everything's just like, fuck.
That poor boy.
The next week he kicks down the door again. He's like, why are you ignoring me and Mom? I was like, fuck. Like,
he's so awesome. Why won't some kid do that to me? I just have something to do for the summer.
You find out the team's been microdosing him with mushrooms all season, and he just can't. So he's gone on a journey, and he believes that Steve Nash is his dad.
That sounds totally like one of these fucking Disney movies or whatever, where it's like you've got Mail or whatever, where it's like, I gotta get my mom. Yeah. I know they're perfect for each other. I know they are. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's not enough of those movies.
Yeah, and then so he kind of forces it, tries.
Yeah.
And then eventually the guy ends up killing him.
Yeah. That's one
does not turn out how the kid wants it all.
That movie trope is one of my holy trinity of movie tropes. The other two being a father-son switching bodies.
Oh my God.
Or twins trading places.
We have not had a good well, no, that's not true. Soul was a body swap movie.
Soul was a body swap movie. That movie was fantastic.
I should watch that movie again because I couldn't believe it.
It was really
Once they switched bodies, I was like, what? Yeah. I had no idea what was going to happen. I thought it was going to take place in heaven. Everybody looked fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. Actually, apparently everybody at Pixar is mad too that Turning Red, that one that takes place in Toronto, is going straight to Disney Plus. Because again, everything fucking shut down.
Yeah, it's not your fault, Pixar.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I don't know. Is it going to be like a thing where they would get a cut too?
No.
You got your paycheck. It's coming out.
Yeah.
It's about Toronto. Nobody was going to fucking go see it in the States. So put it on the fucking thing.
I guarantee
just deal with it.
How much do you want to bet that they're like, man, they did the Seattle Space Needle wrong? they really fucked up the Space Needle. All right, guys, let us talk about next week's movie. We are still in the MCU of it all, and we've been talking about a little bit of Disney, so it counts as a segue, whatever. Arguably one of the best ones in a long time, arguably one of the best ones they've done. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Todd gets confused every time we do this because we're ahead of where the actual schedule is. So it's like, so the one we're recording tonight is not the one that's coming out next week.
Well,
so
that's a fucking bummer.
But every time I've done that, especially when it's one that we're not particularly looking forward to, I'm like, the next movie's going to be great. And you're like, what the I can see you're looking at me from around the corner. And I'm just like, what? Like, we did.
Movie is this?
No, Shang-Chi.
I don't even remember doing the bad war. I was like, what the fuck?
I know. All right, guys. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Throughout my life, the Ten Rings gave our family power. If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
You are a product of all who came before you. The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried. hurts people. Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
I thought I could change my name. Start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
My son, you can't run from your past.
Is this what you wanted?
You got this.
Thank you.
This is the longest mini-sode in the history of time.
Well, it's fitting because this is going to be one of the longest.
Because I looked at the thing and it was like, it said 25 minutes. And I was like, oh, we're actually not doing too bad.
I know. We started talking about Anthony Anderson.
22-minute conversation on Anthony Anderson.
All right, guys. So there you have it. We're doing Shang-Chi. I'm sorry, I broke Todd. We're about to record what we're about to record is the longest episode that we would do before we split it into 2 episodes.
Oh no.
So like this is like literally like the point. Like if it was like 10 if it was
2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
2:25.
Yeah, if it makes it to like 2:30, it's like 2:36.
Oh my fuck.
But 20 minutes of that is credits.
Yeah, of course.
But the it's like if it made it to about 2:45, then I started thinking about splitting it into 2 episodes.
I love that how you would say this too as if, and I'm like, oh, bummer, because like we'd still watch the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like, oh, we just watched the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we come back and do the other half.
Yeah, it would be 3 recordings instead of 2 today.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is it for us. Please come back next week for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's a blast. We had a blast
fucking love
watching
it.
that one.
Yep.
And there was a lot to talk about during it, so make sure to come back. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit like and subscribe and all those good things. If you are not watching us on YouTube, come watch us on YouTube. We're going to be playing video games soon. And I don't know, maybe we'll get rich and we'll do things. I don't know, but maybe we won't. Maybe this will be just one more great failure in our lives. Who cares? But
you know what? It's going to be like all those fucking guys. They're going to, digitally find us after we're all dead and be like, these guys are the shit. It's like way too fucking late. I'm already dead. Like, I don't give a fuck.
That's, we'll be an NFT by then. I don't know. But that's that. And so make sure you're doing all that. If you are listening to us, make sure to rate and review us wherever you are listening, because that helps us get found in all video and audio universes. So we appreciate that. And until next week with Shang-Chi, bye-bye. I'm not even going to put...
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.